So let's go to Heather in St. Paul. What's up, Heather?
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Thank you for the lighthearted CD talk. I appreciate it.
Do you buy CDs?
I haven't in 15 years, but
Thanks for kicking me while I'm down,
apparently I
Heather.
will start, right?
Why don't you call one of those newfangled shows that probably have,
right.
Is it the MP3s? Or no, they stream it now.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up?
All right. Can I give you a little backstory first?
Absolutely.
All right. So my husband and I have been together for 20 years.
Okay.
We have an 8-year-old son. We have walked through infidelity, job losses, addiction, miscarriages, and my mental health issues of anxiety, depression.
Okay.
And our commitment of marriage has kept us going until a couple weeks ago, he blindsided me and told me that he doesn't love me, doesn't know if he ever did,
Okay.
and he is tired of being the pillar of my life. He's refusing any counseling.
Okay.
He's only surrounding himself with people that he's known for less than a year.
Okay.
He says that he's excited to move out and get a motorcycle and have space to spend time with our son, which I'm calling all the BS.
Yep.
But I can't be the one to call him out on it.
Okay.
So how do I help him? And how do I minimize the tornado of damage that is coming my way and my son's way?
I'm sorry, Heather.
Me too.
Ugh. How long y'all been together? 20 years? How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. Man.
I was 17.
Yeah, I was going to say, y'all been married for a long time. Why'd you get married so young?
Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't get married. We've been together for 20 years total.
Okay.
Married for 15.
Okay. All right. Phew, man. So there's a lot here. You and I could probably spend a couple hours together, I'm guessing, right?
Yep. Yep. There's a lot.
Yeah. So can I be super truthful?
Absolutely.
Painfully
Please.
so?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to answer your question, and we're going to work backwards together. The reason I don't like to do that is when I answer your question, I'm afraid your body, not you, but your body is going to shut off listening to anything else I say.
Well, I'm used to that, so yeah. I'll try to stay with you.
Stay with me, okay? And if that means that you just nod and say, cool, great, good, which has probably been part of your survival techniques the last 20, 30 years, you can just go back and listen to the recording of this, okay?
Okay.
To answer your question, there is 100%, absolutely nothing you can do to convince your husband to do things differently.
Yeah.
0. You don't have that power. Hopefully, that is both terrifying and an immense relief. Because it's not him leaving, him departing, him running away is about him, not you.
Okay.
He will make you the bad guy. The same way when there's economic crisis in countries rally up and point at somebody or some group or some other country as the reason. He has to have somebody to blame for running. And you are that person.
Yeah.
You're a partner with him. You're a romantic partner. So there's all kinds of variables in this and that. But when he cheated on you, it was about him, not you. When he had addiction challenges, those were about him, not you, not things that you weren't doing. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
And so the great Esther Perel says most infidelity happens because someone doesn't like who they have become inside of this relationship, not because my partner's gained weight or isn't pretty or whatever. I don't like who I have become in this. And so I'm going to go find that energy, that electricity somewhere else because I don't like me. And you just that's what addiction is. That's what infidelity is. And now you're telling me this is this midlife crisis. I'm just going to shake the snow globe up and I don't like who I am. In fact, I hate who I am. and I'm blaming you. And that's going to be my ticket out the door, because I can't just stand up and say, I need a break. I can't stand up and say, I hate my job. I hate who I've become. I am not exercising. I'm not lifting weights. I'm not taking care of my mental health. I don't have relationships. All my friends I've cut off. He can't say that stuff out loud. That takes a level of strength and bravery he doesn't have.
Yeah.
And so hear me say, his feelings, his fear, his terror inside of him, that is 100% real.
Yeah.
He feels the existential clock ticking loudly, so loud he can't sleep. My guess is he's got demons that are his entire lifetime old.
Deep.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
100%.
He's been running from himself for a long time. So you can't change that. And I hate that for you, because your life is his life and his life is your life, and you have a sweet, beautiful 8-year-old. Tell me about this. Tell me about this 8-year-old.
He is the most wonderful little guy. He is empathetic and loving and wants everybody in the room to light up. Mm-hmm. And he dances through life, and I never want him to stop doing that.
Yeah. So he will. This is going to be hard.
It's going to be very hard for him.
Yes. And you can't absorb this for him. You can hold his hand through it. And do you get the difference there?
Yeah.
I'll give you a really extreme example. I may have even given this on the show. I was walking somebody through a situation where it was somebody who's close to me, their girlfriend had a son. So this kind of removed. The son did some terrible, terrible things. And the question was, do we get a lawyer and go through all this and try to reduce sentence and get this guy off? And I said, I don't want this human on the street, because I have kids. And my friend said, you're exactly right. I'm 100% with you. What do I tell this grieving mother? And what I ultimately said was, you can't keep him out of court. You can't keep him out of this process, but you can hold his hand during the sessions. That's what a mother can do. And so in a sideways analogy here, circling back to you, your son is going to have a dad who leaves. And that's going to put you in that category. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, like, just being in that, oh, I'm one of those families now. Like that, we're dad left. And because the wife was too much. That story we've heard, it's a cliche at this point. That's y'all now. And he's going to have to experience what happens when a dad walks out. And dad says, we're going to spend tons of time together, buddy. They're not.
I know.
Dad's going to get into his motorcycle and his new friends and his new club until he falls off whatever wagon he's climbed up on. And you know that. And my guess is, if he struggled with infidelity and with dishonesty, and with infidelity and with addiction, he's probably a world-class liar. Is he good at that too?
No, he's a terrible liar, but
he gives it a world-class effort, maybe that's better. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't shield your son from the fact that his dad's about to walk out on him and his mother.
The hardest part is, for 20 years, I have been trying to protect this thing. Yeah. And it's like it's all imploding right now, and I have no control.
Yeah.
No anything.
That's right. And the quicker you can exhale and say, okay, what about this can I control? And what about this can I not control? The quicker you move there, the quicker your feet. You ever been to the beach and you get washed out and you can't touch, and suddenly you're like, whoa, 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 and you start to panic a little bit, and then you find footing. Even though the water's up to your neck, you find footing and you just go, oh, okay. That's the moment you say, okay, I'm going to start trying to control what I can control here. I'm going to let the rest of this nonsense go. Cool. So I got this from my friend Dave Ramsey. He says, the moment somebody says, I'm divorcing you, I'm out, this is no longer a relationship. This is now a business transaction.
Yeah.
And I will, as a part of a business transaction, protect my interests, which include my child.
Yeah.
And so this is the moment when that old awful saying, you may be through with the past, but the past isn't through with you. This is when the conversations about your infidelity and your financial infidelity and your abusive behaviors and your addictions, all that, it becomes part of the narrative that I'm going to use to protect my child.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing personal. You said we're done. Great. Now I'm moving forward with that new information. And so, do you weaponize somebody's past? No, but you do use the facts available to you for the safety of your kids. So where do you find yourself? You can't control him, his decision to leave, his decision to pull the plug on your marriage. And can we be honest for a second?
Yeah.
Your marriage has been in trouble for a long, long time, right?
Yeah, just Band-Aids over Band-Aids
That's
over
right.
Band-Aids.
That's right. So in some regards, he's just throwing the lights on this thing, right?
Yeah.
And some of it...
I told him he has the courage to do what I couldn't.
There you go. There you go. And so in that regard, fair enough. Whether it's there's probably a lot of chicken or egg here, whether your mental illness led to, he thinks, to this, or the fact that you've been sharing a bed with somebody that you were 10,000 miles away from spiritually and intellectually and psychologically, contributes to that mania and that pervasive feeling that you're not enough and that just low-level depression that runs through your veins, right? When you're in a relationship with somebody, but you can't figure out how to bridge that gap. Those things feed each other, right? So here you are. The lights are on. Great. I can't stop you from leaving. Here's what your life will look like when you leave. And then you get to decide. I'm not going to put this stuff into your heart and mind. You get to decide what that is. That's what you can control. You can control whether you decide to go see a counselor starting today. You can decide whether you say, I'm going to be about exercising every day, even if it's just strolling for a walk. I am going to triple down on skin-to-skin contact with my 8-year-old 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Not in a, I need him to prop me up, but in a, this is going to heal him and heal us both, right? This is just a way I'm going to settle him down. You get to decide those things. I'm going to get all the Little Debbie snack cakes out of the house, and I'm going to eat well, even if I want to throw this salad across the house. Like, I'm going to do the things that I need to do to stay well, because the next season is going to be a mess.
Yeah.
That's what you can control. And those are the
I knew you were going to say it was me.
It's it. That's all you can do, right?
I know.
There's not a song you haven't sung. There's not a bar class that you could have gone to. There's not some crazy acrobatic thing in bed you didn't try. It's not that. It's he's choosing to leave because he's got demons chasing him.
And I can't help him.
So you can love him, but until he decides he's going to help him, he's going to just keep running.
Yeah.
And running and running and running. I'm heartbroken for you. And at the same time, there could be a bright light on the other end of this thing. You know why? You're worth more than all of this. All of it. You're worth more than the infidelity. You're worth more than looking in the mirror and thinking you're not attractive enough. You're worthy of knowing where the money is in your home. You're worthy of not wondering if he's coming home, and who's these new people, and a motorcycle? What? You're worth more than all of that.
Yeah, I am.
You are. Can I tell you one word I want you to keep in your mind?
Yeah.
And you've heard me say it before. I'll say it a million more times. You got to practice. You're going to have to practice loving Heather because you haven't. You've been trying to hang on for so long.
Yeah.
Will you practice that?
Absolutely.
Practice the way you think, practice the way you talk, practice all of it. So hang on the line. I'm going to send you a copy of it. It'll be out very, very soon of my new book, Own Your Past, Change Your Future. Here's the thing is, it's going to walk you through how to deal with the last 20 years, the last 30 years probably. And then it's going to give you here's what we do now. And the book's not preaching at you. It's just me walking alongside you because I've been in a hole too. Okay? I'm going to send you a free copy of that. You going to make a phone call today to somebody?
I will.
Okay. You got to have somebody, 1, 2, 3, 7. You got to have people who walk with you in the season.
I will.
The waters will get rough. And you'll be able to touch.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much.
hug that little boy a little extra tight just for me.
I will.
Okay?
Yes.
Hey, your bravery and your strength and your willingness just to say, what do I do? There are millions of people in relationships that are on the brink saying, how do I get them to? How do I get him to? How do I get her to? Your bravery to have this conversation today is going to help a lot of people, Heather. Thank you so much. Check back in with us because I want to hear how this one plays out.